welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've done one of these chatty videos with my backdrop and everything. I want to get back to doing these a little more. So if you guys have any suggestions as far as different topics or whatever that you just want to hear me talk about and give me my opinion on, please let me know. So I first want to say this upcoming Wednesday will be the first episode of Women Wednesdays, okay? So it's going to be a live stream. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it every Wednesday or every other Wednesday, but it's basically going to be like a ladies' night dedicated to talking about different topics pertaining to us. Women stuff, dating, men, all of that. I'm still debating as to whether I want to eventually open it up to the guys, because the last ladies' night that I did, it was going great until I opened it up to the men, and then it went to shit. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. If the men can behave and not like attack the women on the panel for their opinions, then maybe I'll let y'all come on. So the topic for today's video is women and objectification. So I decided to do this video because I was watching a live stream. I'd watched it like a week ago, but I was rewatching some of it today, and this term came up. Some of you guys saw that I posted it on my Instagram stories, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do a reaction to this. So it's a very interesting topic. You know, as women, this is a term or a concept that we hear brought up a lot. Usually women are speaking out against it and how they do not want to be objectified by men, and they give the reasons as to why. So real quick, just to give a definition as to what objectification is, it is defined as follows. Objectification involves viewing and or treating a person as an object, devoid of thoughts or feeling. Often, objectification is targeted at women and reduces them to objects of sexual pleasure and gratification. So based on this definition, obviously, no woman wants to be objectified in this manner. No woman wants to be looked at or reduced to like a piece of meat to basically be consumed for the time being and then kind of tossed away and forgotten about. You know, we always say we want a guy to like us for our personality, for who we are, this and that, and not just for our looks, not just to be something that they'll just enjoy for the moment. And I think a lot of women may also have this mindset of, well, if I'm out here, showing everything and, showing my ass and my chest and this and that, then that is how I'm going to be treated. I'm going to be treated like a piece of meat that a man is just going to look at and be like, oh, I want to hit, and that's it. Now, to that I say that can be true, but also not necessarily. I think there is a difference between being out here looking like a straight up thot or like a hoe, being dressed like, one of these kind of risque Instagram models, versus being just confident and sexy and, feeling comfortable in your own skin and not being able or not being afraid to show some of that. There's definitely a difference. There is a way, I think, to show your assets in a moderate way. It doesn't have to be like you're out here, everything's hanging out, and just like, because when you do that, you're going to get attention, but you're obviously going to get the type of attention that you don't want. So like I said earlier, I was watching this live stream from another YouTuber. Her name is Goddis. Some of you may know who she is. Her channel is mainly based on talking about relationships, dating, men and women, femininity. It is more targeted towards Black people, but you can watch even if you're not Black. She gives a lot of general, just good advice to both men and women. So I was watching one of her streams, and this word objectification came up. So I'm going to quickly show you guys a clip of what she said.
You need to know your good features and use them. Some of you ladies have let ugly girls sell you on this whole premise of, I don't want to be designed for my body. I don't want to be objectified for my body. Man, shut the hell up. Okay, you want to be objectified if you want to be lonely, sitting in there with the Amazon man, the only man you see. Okay, if you want a man to come on and ask you out on a date, bitch, you need to be objectified that day. I do not want to be for just my body. Bullshit. That. Well, you better get it how you live. Sweetie, Stop letting these ugly, feminist, modern girls tell you, I ain't not mad at that. You want to look good. You want that man to see something. He like what he see.
Okay, so that was the clip. She cracks me up, but the way she expresses herself is funny. I love watching her because she's funny, but she keeps it real. She's not afraid to tell you the uncomfortable truth, whether you're a man or a woman. So the way in which she said objectified, I don't think she meant it in the way in which I previously described as being reduced just to a, kind of like a means to an end, like just an object of just instant sexual gratification for a man. Obviously, that's not how she meant it. I think if you change your mindset as a woman to just accept the reality that men are visual creatures and it just is what it is, then you'll understand the way in which she meant it. This whole thing that men are visual creatures is something we've been hearing literally since we came out the womb, okay? We grow up as women hearing this our entire lives. Men are visual creatures. Men are very primal, this and that. And especially in recent years, you continue to hear this, that men place a lot of value. They rate us, they value us, not entirely, of course, but very heavily based on our looks and our appearance. And it just is what it is. And that's just the reality of the situation. The same way in which men place a value on us based on our appearance, women place a value on men based on their resources, their money, their ability to provide. And that is a fact. Okay. And for either side to kind of be in denial about that, I mean, you're just being foolish. Okay. Now, I know that one reason why some women may kind of be resistant to this type of talk is because women are already placed under so much pressure to look a certain way, to have a certain body type, or, with social media and men constantly being fed these images of these, social media models and these very unnatural body types. You begin to feel like, oh man, now I gotta compete with these type of women. And it's just a lot of pressure. And I think low key, most women know, we know men judge us based on how we look. It just is what it is. So again, it's like all this pressure, and some women just, they don't want to deal with that. They don't want to feel like they have to buy into that. So on the one hand, I get it. I understand why some women want to take the approach of, well, I want a man to like me for me. I want him to like me for my personality, blah, 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 which you should want a man to like you for that, of course. But the reality is, at least initially, a man can't see your personality. Your personality, your values is not what is going to call a man from across the room to come over to see you. It's going to be your appearance. It's going to be how you look, okay? And so that is where I feel like Six was kind of coming from, like, especially if you're a single woman out here, I'm a single woman out here. So again, as a single woman, okay, and especially if you want a relationship, you want to eventually find a man, you're going to have to kind of put yourself out there in a way to attract men to you. And whether some women want to accept it or not, you're going to have to put time into your appearance, okay? You just have to. Now, going back to this whole matter of objectification, so she was basically referring to like your body, okay? Your assets. And that's what I really want to focus on here. Because like she said in that video, every woman has something. We all have something that's like, yo, this is mine. This is my money maker right here. This is my claim to fame. This is what looks best on me, okay? For me, from the neck down at least, my best assets, my money makers are my legs. Hands down. I ain't really get blessed with a whole lot of this, or a whole lot of that in the back, but I got some legs on me, okay? God could have gave me a little more booty, but it's okay. It's my legs. I know that. I've always known that. It's what I've always been complimented on the most. And so I show them off a lot. I do. Those of you that have met me in person, y'all have seen, I like to wear my little short dresses. Not that I'm out here dressing like a hoe, but I do show off my legs because, again, those are my best physical features, all right? I could be wearing like a turtleneck dress with long sleeves, the neck up to here, but best believe the dress is going to be semi-short and the legs going to be out, all right? And there's nothing wrong with that. If you have, nice little chest situation going on, don't be afraid to show a little cleavage. I'm not saying have them hanging out and just like barely covering your nipple, but, you can show a little cleavage. If you got a nice little booty on you, don't be afraid to maybe wear something a little tight fitting, Don't be afraid to show your assets. And again, there is a way to do it in a tasteful manner so that you're not out here looking like a hoe. Now, if you're a little more on the conservative side, maybe you don't want to show too much chest or whatever, too much leg. Okay, then wear something maybe a little more tight fitting to show the curves a little bit. It's not always necessarily a matter of showing skin, but showing the shape, letting the silhouette, be visible, things like that. There's different ways that you can go about it. Also, I don't think it's just limited to the body. I think it's also, I think we also have, facial features that work for us as well. Whether it be your eyes, maybe if you have like very full lips, or very nice cheekbones, you can do your makeup in a way, or even your hair in a way to kind of highlight that. For me, I think my best facial features are my eyes, not the color, of course, because these are obviously contacts, but like the shape of my eyes. I have like almond shaped eyes. So I tend to do my eyeliner kind of like cat eye, and I wear lashes that are longer at the outer corner to kind of accentuate that shape, okay? And also I notice when I have my bangs, it tends to also kind of bring out the shape of my eyes for some reason. So that works for me, okay? If you have really nice cheekbones, maybe you can do a little contour, throw some blush. If you have really nice full lips, maybe line them and wear color to really bring like the shape and the size of your lips, okay? So there's so many things you can do to, again, highlight and accentuate your features that work best on you, okay? And again, I don't care how small you are, how big you are. I've seen, kind of plus size, more BBW type women out here with like banging legs. I mean, nice thighs and calves, and they wear their little mini dresses. The thing is just to know how to dress for your shape. They'll wear kind of tight fitting dresses, but they're short, so they showcase the legs. I see a lot of women out here with very nice chest situation, and they flaunt the cleavage. Again, they don't overdo it, but just enough so a person can see, I got a little nice situation going on. So again, don't be afraid to flaunt what you have. And you hear people say it's always an ugly chick complaining about how looks don't matter, just like there's always some broke dude complaining about how money doesn't matter. Don't give in to the bitter people out here, whether they be men or women. Do not give in to that, okay? So at the end of the day, no matter how much society has progressed, our instinctual male and female traits have not changed. No matter how modern women become, men are always going to be the same primal visual creatures. The same way, no matter how much women are out here with careers and jobs, this and that, we're always going to want a man that can provide and protect us. That just is what it is. And when a man has resources, when he got a little money, not saying you got to be rich, but when we see that, it's like, okay, this man can take care of me. If we have kids, he's going to be able to take care of the kids that we have. And that's just the reality of the situation. I also want to add, and I feel like this is very important, is that, regardless of how you dress or how revealing or not revealing you dress, a lot of it also comes down to how you carry yourself, okay? That is also a big part of it, and it ties into the appearance as well. Because, for example, in my case, again, it is not uncommon for me to wear a mini dress or to sometimes show a little midsection, let the tattoo peek a little bit. Like, that's normal for me. But at the same time, I never have men approach me as if I was like a hoe or nothing like that. Like, that never happens to me, because while I may show some skin, I am also very mindful of how I carry myself and how I move in public, especially around other men. So I think because of that, men may find me attractive, they may like what they see, whatever, but for the most part, they're pretty mindful of how they approach me. Granted, you're always going to have like that drunk asshole or two that's going to come up to you talking crazy, but for the most part, I don't experience that. So that is also a big part of it too. Don't be afraid, to show a little something, but also be mindful of how you move when you're in front of men. So that was it for this quick little video, guys. Let me know what you think. Ladies especially, what are your thoughts on this whole matter of objectification? Do you like men looking at you for what you have? Or do you feel like you'd rather have a man get to somehow know you first before kind of showing off the body. What are your thoughts on it? And fellas, y'all of course can give your opinions too. And yeah, let's get the discussion popping in the comments. And I may bring this up again on the Women Wednesday live. I want to have like a different topic every week, and I do already have some topics. So shout out to Goddis, one, for the idea, and also for giving me a lot of good topics to talk about. Shout out to you, girl. So anyways, guys, give this video a like. Please turn on your bell notifications because YouTube been playing lately. I've been hearing a lot of other YouTubers complaining about how people aren't getting their bell notifications, and that a lot of channels have been experiencing like lower views than usual. I know that I have. So definitely turn the bell notifications on. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll check you guys in my next video.